Hey guys, so apart from red, Vaan will be getting his FR Echo boards, and he will be getting some rework on his BT as well. So let us discuss about Vaan. So first of all, is his FR good as a main FR or not? My answer is simply no. No doesn't mean that you can't. You still can if you do it properly. You still can get about 80% HP damage bonus per turn, but it can be a little bit awkward, to set it up and such. So first of all, his FR requires you to use free skills, and free skills are only S1, S2, or AA. If you use LD, EX, or FR, those are not free skill. BT Finisher is not a free skill as well. So you will lose out on a big huge chunk of HP damage bonus if you do not use S1 or S2. So if you take Vaan as an example, his S1 and S2 is very strong. In fact, as strong as his LD or EX. So it's not a very big problem for him. But if you are using some other characters, then most of the time S1 and S2 doesn't deal as much damage as LD or EX. So you probably will not want to use S1 or S2 as often as you should. But with his FRS main, then you kind of like have to until you have built up to 999%. Then, or as long you are close to the max, like you are at maybe 890 or 900%, then you should start spamming your big attack already and shouldn't be bothered too much. About HP damage bonus. Anyway, on his own turn, using a free skill, it is a whooping 100% HP damage bonus sub, while on party is 80%. If you use anything else, then it is 30% if it's not a free skill. Okay, so do remember AA also count as a free skill. His Echo also have 20% HP damage limit up, but overall, if you put everything together, I would say it would be more comfortable to use a generic FR, where you get a guaranteed 80% regardless of what attack or moves you use. So I do prefer those generic FR over Vaan's. In terms of the attack, so Vaan's FR attack is single target, 5 HP dumps, and has 500% HP damage limit. So that is exactly the same as Tifa's. So if you watch some of my videos, I've been using Tifa to nuke enemies down. So can Vaan do that? Well, in terms of nuking, not as strong as Tifa's because he doesn't have a follow-up attack, right? While Tifa has a 6 HP dump follow-up attack. So Tifa definitely is much harder single target DPS hitter compared to Vaan. So with that, I give him a score of 3.5 over 5. For his BT, well, his BT doesn't offer too much in terms of a new utility, but what I really like about it is the max break floor. The whole reason why I green Vaan in the first place is because of max break floor. There are many users of max break floor from defensive to offensive. I will talk about that very soon. But now with the BT rework, he get a whole 50% max break floor. Before that, it is just 20%. So that's increased by 30%, and that's pretty huge. Okay, in terms of HP damage limit up, he now provides the party with 30% and himself additional 50, so it's totally 80% HP damage limit up for himself, making him hit pretty hard, but yeah, not as hard as some of the single target DPS that we already have. So if you want to use Vaan for his FR, whatnot, just for the fun of it, then you technically don't really need his BT. Okay, so if you just get his Echo, then you know that at least you can use him. Like, his potential is already there even without his BT. Okay, so if you really need someone like a support kind of DPS, a secondary DPS unit, then it's good to just pick up Vaan's FR. You can consider him as a budget unit as well, that he can function perfectly well without BT. Okay, so what roles does Vaan cover? First of all, he covers single target DPS. Obviously, it is easily at least 7 HP dumps on a single target, because if you use S1, then it's 8 HP dumps but no splash. S2 is 7 HP dumps with 2 splash, so that's total of 9. And EX is 4 HP dumps executed twice, so that's 8 HP dump with 2 times splash, so that's 10. So his skills are all kind of like average out 7, 8 or 9 HP dump, so it's kind of like okay to just press any button that you want. The LD is AOE and probably not a button that you will use when you are spamming a single target boss down. So he also provides some form of defensive mechanism to the party because of Max Brave Floor. Because with Max Brave Floor, the party can't be broken. If the party can't be broken, then enemy will not be able to gain a huge Brave bonus due to breaking a target. So in that case, it usually keeps the enemy from doing huge HP attacks. So I find that to be quite an interesting and good defensive mechanism from Vaan. And obviously with Max Brave Floor and now at 50%, which means your Max Brave can never go below 50%, which is why you can't be broken, because it can never go below that. So if you have 50,000 Max Brave, it will always stay at 25,000. Alright, so that makes it already halfway that you are hitting a cap. Alright, I know the calculation is you still have to factor in HP damage limit up, but let's just assume that you don't have don't have any HP damage limit up, then you are already halfway there. So you just need another half more and you'll be hitting cap. So with HP damage up, with Brave gain up, all those things, it's easy for you actually to hit cap as long as the Max Brave Floor is active, which what make Vaan having the capability to provide that to the party as well from his BT effect. So another interesting thing is that he has blind. So his blind is 100% to 100% chance that it will debuff the enemy with blind, but when the enemy attacks, they only have 50% chance to hit you. Okay, so that is not 100%. It's not 100% blind like Yuri's BT effect. So it still have chance to hit you, but most of the time it kind of worked very well for me. That most of the time when I need it, it does happen and the enemy is blind. So how do you use Vaan's kit? Alright, so here basically you can just use him normally. If you don't even use his FR as main, he just play as normal as. It's pretty much generic. If you are fighting against single target, then mainly use S1. Unless you want to apply blind, then you use S2. Every time his EX charge, then you use EX. So in regards to his FR, if you really use his FR as main, one thing that I would recommend is that you don't have to enter BT. You can just use his FR and then character A use a free skill, B uses a free skill, back to Vaan uses a free skill. So everyone is just using free skill, and because his FR grants the party 2 turn free skill. Okay, so once it is up, then you use Vaan's FR again, then A use free skill, B use free skill, and Vaan use free skill again. Now you should be at 920% and you should have 2 turns left on force time. Then you can start spamming all your echoes. Vaan use another free skill and then another 2 echoes. So that overall should be a very strong force time. And if you want to use it in another form, you can enter his BT early. So here I recommend that, like right after you use his FR, assuming that you have consecutive turn, like you use Luna Freya's call, then you can enter his BT early. So if you use FR, enter his BT right, then you can get up to 729%. But here's the thing, if you use AA, you can also get 100%. So given that you have 10 turns of force time, after you activate Vaan's FR, then you use 2 AA, 200%, enter his BT, where you use another 2 S1 or S2, then FR, then another 3 S1 or S2, and then BT finisher. You will exit your BT phase with 929%. And then you can start spamming echoes. Then character A echo, character B echo, Vaan's turn echo, character A echo, character B echo. This is guaranteed, that it will actually hit really, really hard. And for the entire BT phase during Vaan's turn, to charge up the HP dash bonus, he's not going to do very little damage, right? Because we know that Vaan's actually hit okay pretty hard, maybe not the hardest DPS, but still hard enough. So that is actually a pretty good setup in my opinion. And thirdly, his FR actually synergize with supercharges as well, especially if you are giving supercharges 2 turn of free skills. So if you give it to Aerith, then Aerith use, let's say, S1 and then S2 to pass a turn. Each of it is 133% HP damage bonus. So after simulating some of this combo, I do kind of think his FR is not as bad as it seems. And overall, during the entire thing, you have that 20% HP damage limit up. So I will be testing Vaan's a lot. Just stay tuned to some of the video that I'll be posting regarding Vaan. So if you like him, then you can go for his kit. But if not, then he is okay to skip. So when to use Vaan? When boss prevent all form of brain gain and steal, we still can retain or maintain that 50% max brave due to max brave floor. So we still can somewhat do damage if we are against enemy with that form of mechanics. And obviously if we need a single target DPS, then we can use Vaan. So overall, given his entire kit, I'm just giving him a score of 7 of 10. Not really the highest in terms of DPS, having utility here and there. So he's definitely a jack of all trades, but he master in none. So yeah, so his score is also somewhere in the mid. So anyway, thank you for watching this video. So good luck with your pulls tomorrow and have a good day.